Hey guys, Stefan Fischer here from All Off Road. I hope you guys are well. That's the last drive here in my Hilux because there is one track I hadn't done in the Hilux. I've done many times in many other cars, but not in the Lux, and that is Genowlan Point Mount Airlie. My absolute favorite technical track. It's just absolutely stunning. And I have to say, last time I drove it, I think is around 4 years ago in John John's Hilux, and it has become way more interesting, that's for sure. So stay tuned for the strip video because it was a pretty interesting drive up here with two cars with a few eventful happenings. I first drove out here in 2013, but unfortunately I don't have all the footage anymore. However, here is a recap of some of the drives out in the past 12 years. All new now. Look at these. Welcome to the Genowlan Plateau. Yeah, Mount Airlie out to Genowlan Point. Probably one of the most scenic, challenging for wheel drive tracks. I reckon even in Australia. I absolutely love that track. I have done it many times with many different cars, but not yet with the Hilux. So I'm keen to see how we go, and I haven't been here for 4 years, so we'll see how it changed. But the scenery here is just stunning. Stunning is this track. It's not for nothing called down here Jurassic Park. Feels like you enter a long forgotten time. Oh, well, wouldn't surprise me if you see a dinosaur Rex or something like that running over your paths here. Just to give you an idea of that track here. As you can see here, that is a formidable drive. That's where I got hung up a bit. I hope I didn't do my tire. Quick fix, spring back in.
You're still in, keep going.
Yep.
Keep going forward. Yeah, you're right.
Nearly. When you come up, Dave, I try have a little bit left hand down. But hold on. Yeah, just once you start climbing here. But if you give it a little bit of a bump now, you have a big rock there. I'd go back a centimeter 10 and just give it a slight bump up.
Go a little left hand down. Nice and gentle. Stop.
Yeah, the rock is a bit to the side. You don't grab it. That's it.
Right, now come forward. Left hand down.
Yeah, beautiful. Hold on. Now seems to be in. The spring itself popping out is not such a big deal. However, we are concerned that it could damage the brake lines, hence the frequent checks. That's the next section. I have to do a little bit of building here. The step is much bigger than it looks in real life, and the problem here is that to the right of that big rock you have a big undercut where really the wheel can easily get stuck under. Next is Dave in his Range Rover, running 35-inch tires instead of larger rubber, which becomes particularly relevant at the undercut section. The short wheelbase compared to the Hilux changes the approach and departure angle significantly, making these crawl more technical. Different geometry, different challenges. Worth noting, a patrol came unstuck on this section recently, rolled on the side completely.
Left hand down. Oh, right hand down. Sorry. Right hand down. Go right hand. This way. This way. I'm looking. Yeah.
Oh! So close!
Yeah, you start.
So close!
That rear wheel was up on top of it there.
Time.
an interesting one.
So I just reversed back here. Dave's winch unfortunately worked last time, but not today. So I just give him a gentle tow up. The next one.
Righto.
Yep.
Come back
Yeah,
here.
back in. Yeah, this time the bottom came out.
Go forward.
That's going good.
You didn't have to do it.
You know. Yeah, both cars made it up Mount Early without too many issues. Up Genowlan Point here. Absolutely stunning. Let me show you around. Oh, and Robert walked it, our cameraman. But look at this. Well worth the drive or climb. Dave has some love bites here.
That was coming up a big step.
Yeah, when he went back down, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. A little one, but nothing. Fortunately, the flare is not too bad because they are shit to replace. The camera so you are not you wait. wet. Okay. Stop, stop.
Keep going forward. Keep going.
No. Look at that flag.
Keep going. Get set back in, it's alright, keep going.
It would have been a beautiful track if that if the springs wouldn't fall out.
Stefan's all worn out now. He's had a hard day on the trail.
That wraps up our Mount Airlie adventure. Sadly, this trek is on the closure list. You can see the gates at the beginning. Currently, it's only closed during bad weather and after heavy rain, which makes complete sense. But national parks, who took over this land, apparently have permanent closure on the books. Really unfortunate. I've been driving this trek for 14 years. Yes, it's definitely changed. Some years easier, some years harder, but I can't see any additional damage beyond the original trek formation. Minimal rubbish too. It remains one of New South Wales' most enjoyable technical treks, with certainly the most spectacular scenery. The New South Wales Four-Wheel Drive Association proposed to maintain it, which is logical considering the vast majority of track maintenance over the years has been done by Rob Knight, who was with us today, and mates. Good example of how a technical track can exist for decades without causing significant additional damage. Particularly when you consider the destruction any of the recent Wollemi wilderness bushfires caused in just a few days. The impact from four-wheel drivers and bush users is minimal in comparison. Before we go, a quick demonstration of how well the Lazer Linear Elite 24 LED light bar performs. I'm a big fan of these bars. Lightweight, slimline profile and incredible even light output with serious throw. Haven't had much chance to properly test the Linear 24 Elite on the Hilux yet, so this was a perfect opportunity. Driving back through Bell's line of road at night, I was genuinely glad to have them. Standard Toyota headlights are pretty ordinary by comparison. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please keep in mind this is a self-funded channel, so I would greatly appreciate if you could help me out by sharing, liking and subscribing. And if you can, please consider head over to Patreon or buy me a coffee. And with the equivalent of a cup of coffee or two per month, you can really help me making these videos. Thanks a lot for watching and see you along the tracks.